to respect the rights of our citizens. And on the same note, I watched 3 days back. I actually tried to call Lop, and I think he was busy. He couldn't pick it. It was unfortunate. Lop was doing his oversight role. Lop is supposed to check, not Lop, opposition is supposed to check what is happening, what government is doing. Lop had gone to do his oversight role around Hoima Road, Nansana, and his team was tear gassed. I feel that was unfortunate. Because much as we are not supposed to interfere with the enforcement bodies of NEMA, but by the time somebody starts construction, somebody settles in a place for years, and NEMA is not getting to know that this is a gazetted area for NEMA, then there's a problem. We have malls that are built in wetlands. Now, if somebody is going to check and see the people in that area, and you're tear gassing, so where shall we ever get refuge in this? I would really want to hear that from government, because it was not called for. It wasn't called for. Honorable members, our work is to support our citizens. And in support of our citizens, we are supposed to understand and know what they are going through. And in the process of us knowing and understanding what they are going through, allow us to do our work. And I must really thank you for going to check on that team. I want to thank you so much. But at the same time, we should not be tear gassed or whichever, because we are doing our work.
Speaker, I want to appreciate you for raising the matter of what's happening in Lubigi, Ganda, Kawala, and the surrounding areas. These people reached out to me severally, including the local leaders, with a petition asking me to come and raise their matter in Parliament. But I said, I don't want to come on the floor of Parliament and speak with not all the relevant information. I didn't want to speak out of ignorance. So I went on a fact-finding mission together with colleagues, members of Parliament from that area, to listen to these people, so that when I come to raise their issues, I am raising their issues and not just what I am thinking. And that's what took me, together with the team that went to that area. It's unfortunate, like you have said, Right Honourable Speaker, that we were met with tear gas, live ammunition. We are not going to fight. I had not even gone to tell those who are demolishing to stop. I don't have those powers. I had gone to listen to these people. But anyhow, as you have mentioned, Right Honourable Speaker, I think that government should respond to a couple of issues. One, and as you have rightly said, people settle in an area for years. I met old people. There's a man who says he's been there for over 40 years. People have constructed huge structures, and government is watching and does nothing about it. And they settle there for years. And then you wake up now. Why? Help us understand. Was government sleeping on the job and now all of a sudden has woken up? Or are they waiting in a corner and saying, okay, you construct your structures, spend all your money, get bank loans and spend all your money, then we come and demolish? Why are we operating this way? It's important that government responds to that. Number two, Right Honourable Speaker, these people are concerned about the double standards. Right in the middle of that area is a police station. Everything around it has been demolished, except the police station. And so the people are saying, why? Right in the middle of that area is a fuel station. And so they are bothered. They are thinking, why the double standards? They are saying, some actually settled in that area before the police station was built, before the fuel station. And so they are trying to understand why the double standards. Government needs to engage the citizens to help them understand. Because you see, these people are not saying they are lawless fellows and that kind of thing. If anything, Right Honorable Speaker, government acknowledges their presence there. For those that have had business structures and so on, government has been collecting taxes from these people regularly. So government needs to help us understand why operate in this way. But finally, on this issue, Right Honorable.
No. When you talk about double standards and selective implementation, I wouldn't mind the issue of the police station. But there are places where malls are, and you know this is a what? A wetland. There are malls. You get it, eh?
Right Honorable Speaker, not just, but factories and so on and so forth. So they are saying, why is it that what's good for the goose is not good for the gander? So the selective application of the law is problematic. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like government to help us understand, when shall we have a comprehensive plan to organize Kampala and beyond? Because when we do this, touch a bit here, and that kind of thing, Honorable Speaker, there are structures that keep coming up, including now in the city. They don't plan for drainage. That's why when it rains, the city floods, including outside Parliament here. Why? Because of the disorganized
There's
wasting.
information for you.
Huh?
Infrastructure. Infrastructure on the Lugogo.
Right Honourable Speaker and members, I think the Right Honourable is alluding to the report about a construction that was happening in Lugogo on top of the trench. By the time Parliament went to recess, the report was ready, and I think now that we're resuming, any time from now, if the Speaker gives it space, it will be read.
We are going to give it space, and we discuss that report, because we cannot build on the trench, build on wetlands. And leader of opposition, as the head of COSASE, I would want you to ask your chairperson of COSASE to have an interaction with the NEMA and find out what criteria do they use.
I appreciate the colleague for that information and for the work they did as a committee. We look forward to having these engagements. Actually, Right Honourable Speaker, I took the initiative to reach out to the Executive Director of NEMA. And I said, now, let's engage as leaders. One, have you reached out to these people to engage them? And I encouraged him and his team to do so. If anything, I said that should have been the first course of action. First, engage these people, share your concerns with them, let them share their concerns with you. And that has not happened. But yes, I will follow up also with COSASE.